Alright, Shalom. Call all you have about Shem Shah. Shalom to the elect. Before I read this article, I just want to say this one quick precept. Symbol of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And the reason why we need to be watching because of this is the type of stuff that be going on. And I was just waiting for something to pop up. Just watching the news, seeing the little war drills and all the different stuff going on. And I was like, it's just a matter of time for Esau start putting their little stunts. Now this article right here, it says Joe Biden is set to address the nation Tuesday with stark warning for the people that don't have the you-know-what. I ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna see exactly how this video panned out. Try to make sure they don't take it down. Now it says Joe Biden is to address the nation Tuesday as the you-know-what cases rise amid the new you-know-what. Now it says he will issue a stark warning to the people that don't have it. Press Secretary Jen Psaki said he will set out what the winter will look like for those who choose to remain without the you-know-what. So basically they just all out saying like, look, we're going to make y'all take it or else, basically. Now ultimately, this ain't doing them a leading to the Quran, as mentioned in the book of Revelation, that I can make numerous videos over and over again and sound repetitive. That's all this really boils down to, and I want to pull some other videos as well and show how they building this shit up. Now, it says, reading on, it says Joe Biden to address the nation Tuesday to outline extra steps it would take to deal with the you-know-what and deliver a stark warning to people who remain without the you-know-what. Now it says, let's get past that a little bit. It says the president will announce new steps the administration is taking to help communities in need of assistance. Now, I asked some people this recently too, just while I was out, just to see what they say. We got the same damn devil to put all this stuff in motion, whether it be a certain jurisdiction, from all the way back to slavery up until now, different plagues that sweep the land, different experiments and tests on certain people. These same devils pushing this stuff out, and now all of a sudden they want to be nice and help. If you fall for that shit, that's your ass. that's really a sick joke when you think about it. That's why, let me go to this other precept real quick. That's why I read this right here. It said, therefore, let us not sleep. Why do people really be fucking sleep? Wide awake, walking around, sleep, don't know what the fuck going on. No, so let me scroll down a little bit more. I ain't gonna read the whole article, I'm gonna copy the link. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick so I can put this in an actual video. That way you can go to the link, because I was actually clicking on this to check the weather and see, the forecast and different little stuff like that. And this article actually popped up. I wasn't even looking for this, it just happened to pop up, so I'm like, okay, let me make a lesson on this. So, reading on some more. It says we'll announce new steps the administration is taking to help communities in need of assistance while also issuing a stark warning for what the winter will look like. So basically, they already got this planned out. Meanwhile, while people planning on taking these little trips and exchanging gifts and going to see the lights and shit, Esau behind the scenes. And it was this other precept I seen too. Let me go to it. Let me see. Oh, and before I go, I was going to respond to the actual comment, but I'm going to just put it in the video. Somebody actually contacted me and asked me about getting straight to the point. Well, look, these videos is spiritually inspired. I wasn't even about to do this. I was actually about to do something else. And like I say, this article just popped up. So it's not like I'm sitting here writing down notes and saying, you know what, I'm going to go through this and go through that and go through that. No, I'm just flowing in the spirit. That's it. So if you being patient, that's on you. But the most valuable thing is you got to wait for that. This type of information, you really have to wait for that. Just like I waited to see something pop up. You got to wait to hear certain stuff. Now, let's see. Go to this real quick. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and verse 16. It says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall." And that's what's going on. And it's crazy because a lot of people really sleep and don't see this shit. Like, you think, like, okay, come on now. All this information out. And that's another video I'm going to pull in a minute after this article. They actually really trying to make sure videos like this or whatever that's actually informing people don't get out. That's why you have to use code words and say little terms so people can actually grasp what you said. Because the algorithms will pick up a certain word, then they'll take your shit down. It's not happened to me numerous times. That's why we make backup channels and all that. And I say we, meaning me and other men that's similar to do this type of stuff as well. Well, anyway, let me read on some more. It says, "She had a will prepared for the rise in case levels, and the president will detail how we will respond to this challenge." So I ain't gonna read the rest of that because it got a bunch of words and I don't want to confuse nobody. But like I said, I'll make sure I put this link in the actual box. But how they gonna do that is, let's go to this other preset. You think that last shutdown was something? Wait till they pull the next shit. That was a test run. That wasn't nothing but a test run. It's the book of 2nd Ezra. I'm going to start at verse 13. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 13. It says, "And until the ground should mourn," which that just happened recently. They definitely mourning in Kentucky and all them other little states where the crops got destroyed from them tornadoes. That's how you know, man, you can't make this shit up. It's not no fable or no myth. It says, "For their seed shall fall or shall fail through the blasting and the hail," which happened recently. I ain't got to pull the video up. I'm sure people been watching the news and reading and seeing stuff about how the storm's been sweeping around. And not just over here in Babylon and various places across seas. They've been having typhoons and all that. It says, "With a fearful consolation, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Well, look, what you got going on? Let me click on this real quick. I'll use some short videos too. And look what that sign said right there. Let's go back to this. This is what it's boiling down to. It says a passport is control, not freedom. Because for you motherfuckers to be talking about you free. Let me scroll down some more. It says, "And one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there should be sedition among men, and invade one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes." What you see right here. See, they've been running up and smacking the different little prime ministers and presidents and shit. Just all types of stuff going on. It says, "In the course of the action should stand in their power." And it's going to get worse than this. You have a lot of police officers resigning. People from other different branches and agencies, they're going to be resigning. So they ain't got nobody to so-called enforce the law. Guess what? This right here says it. "In the course of the action shall stand in their power." It says, "A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able." You know why? Because they're going to need this what? They're going to need that new digi passport. They ain't going to be accepting the regular shit. That's why they protesting this shit. It says a passport is control, not freedom. Because, it is control. You can't go in certain areas or regions of the world unless you got that stamp. Got that card. And you got to leave at a certain time frame. You can't just pack up and be like, you know what? I'm going to go to the bank, withdraw my money. Or better yet, just transfer it to another bank and go fly somewhere and start over. No, that shit don't work like that. You really gotta go through Esau's system. Go down somewhere. In verse 17 it says, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Now you proud ass women, these niggas gonna be afraid. Imagine how y'all gonna be. That's why the book of Isaiah says 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, because they gonna be looking for shelter, comfort, protection. The list goes on. And answers on top of that. Because most people, they don't really have the answers. Not to be on the boastful type, level or whatever. But most people really don't have the answers of what's going on and why this is going on. But certain men do have the answers of. And you can't be mad. Take that up with the Most High. Can't be mad at that. Alright, verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Now, you see that going on now. You have people marching and protesting, talking about Black Lives Matter and all this other shit. Blue Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter. Everybody killing each other though, so hey, scripture say, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And as it gets worse, you're gonna see worse and worse crimes and all type of shit going on. Let me see. What else I want to go to? Let me go back to another precept. Close this out. And there's a lot of people, I'm quite sure these people don't looked online. You know you can't cross these type of videos out here. You can't hide it. They everywhere. These same exact, that's why, matter of fact, let me go to the other video. That's why they want censorship. And I was actually reading something online, maybe like 2 days ago. This guy right here, Bill Snakes, actually pays people off to not report on certain stuff. So basically giving them hush money.
Hey world, Bill Gates has something to say. Microsoft's founder recently wrote a long message to the entire world, summing up the results of the outgoing year, with some valuable tips and some rich life experience, and with proposals for censorship.
Censorship what? What they really want to censor? Because information been out. But this information, this biblical knowledge, the stuff that people go to theological school for. I ain't got no theological school, but I've been around rabbis, different scholars, different deacons and pastors and ministers. And guess who they want answers from? They ain't going back to no theological school. They want answers from men that actually know what's really going on. They really know how to interpret this book and break it down, precept upon precept, line upon line. Let me go to this real quick. Give me one minute to find this precept. Just want to get it for edification's sake. I remember it by heart. Let me go ahead and pull this up. There we go, right here. It's the book of Amos, chapter 8, in verse 11, it says, behold, the days come, says the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Because you ain't going to be able to just access this just like that. or access certain people too. And the Most High already been ducking certain people off. I'm sure I can be realizing like certain people might not be in your life like that. You might have moved somewhere different. Different situations arise where you have to go somewhere else. Because at first everybody was more accessible. Now it ain't like that. Then when the censorship come into play, certain videos, certain lessons, certain information not gonna be reached that easy like that. It's all because of this shit. All because of this guy right here. Man, he's just the front man. It's others, but it's primarily him though. So hey, better learn these scripts and apply them